Mitchie Rich. Alright, well, Mitchie Rich, well, growing up, you know, the TV shows that was out for children back then, they had one called Richie Rich, and I always wanted to be that kid with a lot of things and things like that. But, you know, that's where Mitchie Rich really came from. But the meaning, it wasn't so more kids with a lot of things in life that was worth something like tangible. It was more so rich in flavor, you know what I mean, style, love, things like that, things that are very important, you know what I mean, and well, to me, things that were very important.
Sides, you the asshole, the cool guy, sad though, his friends married.
When I first started rapping, oh man, I was, I think 11 years old. I mean, it started before, you know, rhyming somebody else's rhymes and things like that, but when I started writing my own music, I was around 11, and you know, my mother always had things like karaoke machines and things like that, so I would always play and make my own music, and you know, from there, once I started, you know, I think it was the first time that I actually listened to myself, it was like, wow, it was over then, and then, you know, I mean, I knew from then that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.
The adrenaline from the women that he crushed, she leaves you trembling. Says she's spinning nut, put him.
My biggest influences, music-wise, Nas, DMX, Wu-Tang Clan, you know, Raekwon, The Chef, Ghostface, Method Man, RZA, you know, Inspector Deck, ODB. I mean, listen, the list goes on, because, you know, every day they add on a new member anyway, you know, but, yeah, Andre 3000, Big Boy. I mean, like, it's a long list, man. It's a long list, but, you know, that even goes into, like, you can see in my music that I love that 90s feel, like, you know what I mean? Like, that era was powerful, golden era. But, yeah, well, that's my biggest influence. That's a no-brainer. Nas. or I could open up for Nas. You know what I mean? Like, I'm joking, man. It's a lot of other cats, man. But mainly, shoot, AZ. Shoot, I'll settle for, you know what I'm saying? I'll settle for dudes that, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't say settle, because he's not somebody. So I'll take that back, man. Not settling, man. But, you know what I'm saying? If Nas is too busy, I'll take AZ or anybody, you know what I'm saying? Any one of the brave hearts, you know, DMX, man. Hey, listen, man, sure. Take any of them, please. Sure, matter of fact, they're hearing it right now, please. Let me open up for you once. I only want one song. And she'll just let me do my hook, that's it. And then I'm cool with just the hook.
You might get Gemini side. Look in his eyes, the nigga might flip it.
My favorite thing to do when I'm not doing music is, you know what I mean, take care of my son, you know what I mean? Like, he's an handful, but he's cool. I mean, like, see, right now, he's raw, he's young, so it's like, you know, all his facial expressions, he don't really have no big influential structures around him that, you know what I mean, to start messing with his attitude and stuff right now, so he just roll with it, and he's cool, you know what I mean? He don't bother, he sit up with me, do music, sit up with me, do my marketing on the internet, and hey, goes to sleep, feed him, and, you know what I mean? Like, he's cool. Laughs a couple times, and like, yo, listen, he's relaxed, man. Low maintenance, chill. As of right now, balancing the work, career, your family, and your career. Right now, as an independent artist, man, it's real. It's hard, man, because, you know, like I said before, you don't have admin side controlling things, marketing and everything, so you have to do everything yourself, from rehearsal, performances, to marketing, internet marketing, you know, live marketing. It's just like, yo, it's just very time consuming, and you have to plan so you're not making any wrong moves and mistakes, you know what I mean? Or you're not repeating any mistakes. You have to really plan and execute your plans to the the fullest, man. And I mean, that's the biggest part of this, man. Being punctual and taking control, man, because it's hard. It's hard.
Gun line just one time, nobody hating, no animosity, be proud to see somebody make it.
Everything that I see, hear, or feel, what I taste, what somebody else tastes, what somebody else feel. I mean, listen, they always say, there's 3 sides to the story. It's your side, it's his side, and then there's the truth. I like to see things from all 3 angles, you know what I mean? So I take from all 3 angles everything. I don't care what it is, you know what I mean? It could be love, relationship, it could be anything. You know what I mean? It could be pain, hurt. I take both sides of the story and I evaluate it, and then that's what, you know what I mean? Like, that's what keeps my brain going. That's what helps me write down things that, I see, so I get so I give you a great picture, a great concept on what happened, you know what I mean? Even though you wasn't there for it, I can give you, like, not word for word, but just enough so, you feel like, dang, I was there,
CDs from Indies and Tbilisi, Georgia.
My biggest qualities, my biggest attributes, should I say? Wow. One is my sense of humor. I mean, apparently I'm funny, and it's a lot of my fans that come to the show, even they say they like, before I go into my song, sometimes I do a joke, you know what I mean? Like, or even in between my songs, I do a joke. And a lot of my fans say, like, listen, yo, you know what? If this rapping doesn't work out for you, you can be a comedian. I mean, I don't take no number, but it's like, and honestly, I really don't even tell jokes. I tell you about things how I see it, and people start laughing, so. I mean, don't get me wrong, to add a little extra in just to make them laugh, because I love seeing people smile, but listen, for the most part, you know what I mean, that's pretty much, I know that's one of my best tools, that is my best tool, my sense of humor.
Hell yeah, it's my underground, underground. I seen a lot of
no, as of right now, I don't have what they say a job. I don't work. I'm doing music full time. Don't get me wrong. I got, side hustles that I do, for extra money every once in a while, like camera work or, producing. I do that too as well on the side, just to make ends meet and things like that, or, just a little extra pocket change for when I do certain things so I can go certain places, But for the most part, no. I do music full time. No job, no nothing.
Hey, congratulations on your success. You know what I mean? I'm the mall cop. So, you think I can get an autograph or anything? For the wife and children.
What's the hardest thing
Fuck my wife and children.
that you face being an independent artist?
I wasn't expecting that, but I let them know you said fuck them.
I want to say more so people that you have to do business with to succeed. Don't get me wrong, the fans are crucial. I mean, that's that, because a lot of fans don't respect you until you, or a lot of potential fans, they don't respect you until they see you go until they see you on BT, or they see you on MTV, or they see you in a newspaper, a magazine, you know what I mean? Or they see you in a picture on Facebook next to somebody that they respect. Like if you in a picture next to Nas and you're talking, or you in a picture next to Future and they talking, like, and you talking in the picture, or you in a film or whatever with them, it's like, oh, you co-sign, so yeah, now I'm gonna listen to his music. Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're rough, but the people that you have to do business with, I'm talking about DJs, I'm talking about, radio personalities. It's newspaper directors, chief. You know, a lot of these people don't really respect you unless you have, one, enough money, or you kiss a lot of butt, or you know what I'm saying, or you doing something else. I'm just saying, like, yo, listen, that's like one of the hardest parts, man. You know what I mean? But once again, I say you gotta handle it. You gotta be hands-on. Like, you know, I even got DJs. You know what I mean? I just walked up on them, you know, like, yo, listen, yeah, it's my CD. If you don't like it, by all means, frisbee it. But you're gonna take my CD, like. You know what I'm saying? DJ radio personalities, they look at me and be like, yo, who is this cat? And they be looking, you know, and everybody, sometimes people be like, yo, oh, that's Rich, or, you know what I'm saying, or that's Mitch, or, and sometimes people be like, because like I said, I go places by myself. I don't need an entourage. Sometimes people like, I don't know who that cat is, but listen, from that night on, you know who I am. I'm not, you know what I mean? I ain't sending nobody, no messages, no nothing, you know what I mean? But they make it the hardest, you know what I mean? And I'm not really trying to, you know what I mean, I don't know what's going on. But me, personally, rap is not in the state that I wanted to be, you know what I mean, right now. And if you ask me, anybody that comes up with what they call conscious music now, I thought all music was supposed to be conscious, but anyone who comes up with, you know, something powerful, you should be thanking them, because things that they got playing right now, I mean, like, people make a whole album out of garbage, and they be like, yo, you're kidding me. You know what I mean? And who backed you on this? I mean, printing up 100,000 copies, who gave you the money for this? Like, it was, but, you know what I mean? Just, if you want to get into it, that's what you're going to have to deal with, man. You got to know how to, like, say, whatever, here goes my CD, you did your part, you got to do your part, you know? Even though, like I said, they don't respect you until you have enough money or you're doing something for them.
Make sure that it ain't a pause. Prepare to be appalled when you step into this place.
Advice that I can give to underground artists out there, I mean, I can give you a whole book of things, you know, that I've already experienced, because, I mean, it's just every 5 minutes something new is hitting you. But advice that I can give is pay attention to what you write, you know what I mean? You know, play back and listen to yourself, you know what I mean? And watch yourself, watch your videos, watch everything that you have, you know, listen to everything that you created. That way you can understand what you're feeding to people, you know, and don't be scared of criticism, you know? Never be scared of criticism. I mean, you need it to make sure your product is right, you know what I mean? You gotta test your product on a lot of different people before, you know, you present it to thousands, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, man, it's a big responsibility. And nowadays, you can see a lot of artists, you know, they're just going in, put something together, and the people that's around them, you know, they don't really give them the right feedback that they need, or they don't really evaluate what the artist is saying. So the artist sometimes, you know, they put out just whatever, you know what I mean? And you know, that plays a big part. It plays a big part, man. And just, you know, be hungry. You know, just go out there and do things. If you gotta do it by yourself, hey, yo, listen, this is, you know, do it yourself. Do it yourself. Don't ask for nothing, don't wait for nobody, man. Do it yourself, because you're gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna fall on your face, man. It's just whether or not you're waiting on people to fall on your face, you know what I mean? You're gonna fall on your face and get back up, you know what I'm saying? But the only difference is whether or not you procrastinated waiting on people, you know what I mean, before you fell on your face or you succeeded. So, I mean, hands-on, by yourself, independent. Well, there you have it. 100 questions from Mitchie Rich.